Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We will begin in 1 minute. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I see people are still coming in. Thank you very much for joining us. Uh, okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world, everyone. And I thank you for joining us today. Today's session, Smart HMI SCADA Application by Design, Reusable Templates and Runtime Configuration, was actually inspired by you guys. On January 30th, we published a blog titled Template Driven Design, Building a Scalable HMI SCADA System from the Start. And those responses we received immediately generated a lot of questions like, how do templates really scale across multiple machines? What's the difference between a symbol library and a true template architecture? How do you safely configure objects at runtime without breaking structure? And can this approach really reduce long-term engineering efforts? So rather than answer each of these questions in a blog, we thought we would do a webinar. So that's why we are doing this webinar today. Okay, hold on one moment. I'm just trying to, okay. Move the slides. Sorry about that, technical issues. My name is Marcia Gabois, and I have the privilege of serving as the general manager of Adirsra. Over the years, I have worked across many areas of software industry, from artificial intelligence to industrial automation, and previously led Indusoft through the acquisition of Invensys. Today, I will be moderating our session and briefly setting the stage with a presentation. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the person that's leading today's demonstration, Leandro. Leandro is a partner at Adirsra and leads customer application and services. He brings over 19 years of hands-on experience in industrial automation with deep expertise in HMI and SCADA systems, databases, web technology, and system communications. Before Adirsra, Leandro spent 13 years as the owner and partner of 5 Systems, delivering automation projects across oil and gas, energy, water and wastewater, agriculture, machine building environments. He also previously worked as an engineer at Indusoft. Leandro brings real-world practical experience to today's demo, exactly the perspective that this session deserves. Also, Leandro is the developed a template that I'm sure he will show you today, which is called the low-code template. It shows how the functionality allows you to configure everything from the PLC to the database tags at runtime. I just want to give you a little bit about who we are and our vision. For decades, industrial automation has generated, as we see, enormous amount of data, but very little of it is actually helps people make better decisions. Large enterprise solve this with layers of software, custom integration, and teams of specialists. But small and mid-market manufacturers, municipality, OEM, machine builders, system integrators were largely left behind, even though the operational challenges they face are very real and very similar to the larger enterprises. Adirsra was built to close this gap. We are redefining industrial automation by transforming raw operational data into intelligence, insight, and foresight, so small organizations can operate with the same clarity, agility, and resilience once reserved for larger enterprises. Our platform unifies intelligence across the edge, operations, and analytics, allowing teams to move beyond basic visualization into a data-driven decision-making without enterprise-level complexity, cost, and staffing. At its core, Adirsra is about making industrial automation practical, practical to deploy, practical to trust, and actually practical to scale. Once we understood the problem, the question became, how do you deliver industrial intelligence in a way that is practical and scalable for the mid-market? Our answer was not just a single monolithic product, but a layered platform delivered through 3 tightly connected solutions that can also work independently or with other vendor products. At the foundation is Adair's for SmartView. Adair's for SmartView transforms HMI SCADA system from passive displays into intelligent operational platform, where data is generated, context is established, and decisions are made. Building on that foundation is InsightView, which turns operational data into measurable performance improvements through OEE, 6 major losses, energy management, and analytics without the overhead of an enterprise MES system. At the top is KnowledgeView, our predictive intelligence layer, delivering explainable, predictable maintenance so teams can prevent failure rather than react to them. Each product stands on its own, but together they form a cohesive journey from control to insight to foresight, allowing customers to start where they are and scale intelligently over time. Now, today we'll focus on Adair's for SmartView. Adair's for SmartView allows you to design applications in a single integrated development environment with a built-in AI expert system and deploy them across multiple platforms like Windows and Linux. That includes all modern Windows operating system and Linux, supporting everything from HMI, control rooms to headless edges, IIoT deployment. Efficiency comes from reuse, consistency, and flexibility built in from day one. Let us take a closer look at Adair's for SmartView. Traditional HMI SCADA systems have been passive, showing operators what's happening, but not helping them understand what to do next. Adair's for SmartView changes that by redefining HMI SCADA as an intelligent industrial platform. It combines visualization, control, and embedded intelligence in a single solution, deploying across edge systems, IoT devices, HMI, SCADA environment. Intelligence lives directly within the application, so operators receive context, guidance, and logic where decisions are made. Once we understood the market reality, the next question was clear. What does an HMI SCADA platform actually need to succeed today, and how do we stand out from other HMI SCADAs? First is runtime configuration and templating. Adair, which is what we will be talking about today. Adair's for SmartView allows systems to be configured and updated without re-entering the development environment, reducing deployment time, simplifying updates, and lowering lifecycle cost, especially for OEMs and system integrators. In this webinar, we'll show you more about this feature, and Leandra will show you extensively how it's done. Second is the built-in rule-based expert system. Intelligence is embedded in the HMI SCADA layer, and decisions are explainable, traceable, and trusted without requiring external AI tools or data science team. Third is a disciplined machine learning roadmap that allows customers to layer in advanced analytics over time while maintaining guardrails and explainability that the rule-based expert system provides. The two together, having machine learning and a rule-based system, helps with what people call hallucination. As the machine learning learns, the rule-based system will be the guardrails to make sure that what it's learning is correctly. And finally, Adair's for SmartView is scalable by design. Template reuse and embedded intelligence enables repeatable solutions, faster delivery, and stronger margins. So let's start with something we'll all experience. The problem in many HMI SCADA projects isn't the lack of capability, it's the repetition. We end up rebuilding the same objects over and over. A motor graphic, a valve, a pump, an alarm banner, a navigational head, and the workflow becomes copy, paste, modify, repeat. At first, it feels productive, but over time, it leads to inconsistency, hard-coded tag changes, hidden errors, and maintenance headache 6 months down the road. Now, multiply that across multiple machines, production lines, and site, and suddenly your application becomes fragile. So another approach is to use templates, not just symbols, not just graphics, true reusable objects. With a template-driven design, you can create it once, test it once, and then use it everywhere. That means consistency across screens, across projects, and dramatically reducing engineering effort in the long run. When you move to template-driven design, you're no longer building screens per se, you're building structure, reusable systems. And that's how you can build faster and smarter. Now that we have talked about why templates matter, let's define what a template actually is. At the core, a template is a reusable object built for Adheres for SmartView graphic components, but it's more than just grouping graphics together. A template does allow you to combine multiple graphic objects into one structure, self-contained object. Inside the template, you can configure tags, scripts, and animation, behavior. Everything the object needs to function live inside it. That means it's not just visual, it's functional. Once it's built, you can insert multiple instances of that template into your graphics document, each instance behaving consistently while still allowing configuration where needed. And you don't have to start from scratch each time. Adheres to SmartView includes built-in libraries of pre-configured templates. You can drag and drop them directly into your screen. This is something that Leandra will show you. Then customize them as needed, modify the graphic, adjust the behavior, adapt them to your standards so you get both speed and flexibility. A template is not just a shortcut, it is a structured design approach. It's how you turn individual graphics into a scalable building block. And once you start thinking in templates, your entire application architecture changes. A good example of a template is our low-code template that Leandra will show you as well. I'm going to turn it over to Leandra. If please keep this interactive. If you have questions, please provide it in the chat and we will answer them as we go. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So I'm going to start this webinar doing some reverse engineering in our SmartView demo application. So this application goes with our installer. So we have here two screens. That contains some of our templates. I'm going to show you how it works. For example, we have this template that can be used with a Boolean tag. It represents if it's not okay or okay. It's a Boolean. So here, if you select the template and goes to document template, it opens the template here. So this is a dynamic image. So when it's 0 or false, it shows this image. And then when the value is true or 1, it shows this other image, okay? So in this case, we have some other examples here that is basically the same idea, but different images, okay? We also have some others that is like these sliders. These have like 3 pointers that's used. Like one is the value and the minimum and the maximum. If you click here, it shows how this template was developed. So here we have the 3 pointers. If you need to change everything, it's possible also to add this template. And here, what is interesting is the tag that feeds this pointer. When the value is changed, it runs this script. So this makes the template very powerful. So you can create more complex templates and animated ones. Okay, so I'm gonna run the application and show some of these templates running. And then I'm going to show some tips and other ways to create more complex templates. So, for example, here we have all these that are connected to a Boolean tag, as you can see here. Like this is this tag bit template 0. Here is the same. This one is almost the same as of this one, but this is a button. If you click it, it changes the value. So if you see it here, it's a dynamic image, but also there is a script that toggles the value. So when I click it here, you can see that all these values were changed. Okay. Also here, changing this one, you can see that the meters and all these sliders changed, because in this case, all of these tags are the same. Is this VT float 27, and all are connected to the same tag. All right. So in this case, I have this meter. It's also connected to the same tag, float value. So let's see how it was done. I have here a rectangle and also a label and an image, a needle image. Okay. So here we basically get the minimum and maximum value from the tag that's feeding this pointer. That's why we are using hashtag, right? Because it's a pointer. And then we do a calculation and get the position for the label and the image based on the minimum and maximum of the tag. So that's why when we change it here, you see that it's moving. All right. Like, just to show you the tag that we are using here, this VT float 27. Float. Go to this 27. You see that the minimum is minus 200 and minus 50. So that's the minimum here. And you can see that's moving. So it's just a way to show you how this animated templates works. Okay. So we also have some others to, like, open a notepad application. You can create multiple ones like these other ones that we have, that is some gauges, a clock. So let's show how it works as well. For the clock, for example, we put a second here. And here we have some needles. And basically here on tag change, we get the angles, set the angles for the three images based on the time. All right. So this is another animated template. Okay. As you can see here, it moves uh, each second. Some other simple templates. For example, that we have this that shows an integer decimal, an integer in a binary, an integer in Excel, in an integer in Excel with the 0x. As you can see here, that set all the bits. You have like 255. So you see that we have the same value showed in different ways. So basically, if you do a reverse engineering here, you will see that here basically we get the value and we set it formatted for as a hexadecimal value. In this way, we here converted it to a binary string. Okay. This is to check a bit in a integer. So as you can see here, we have three pointers. One is the label that we want to show here. Uh, one is the bit position, and one is the integer value. So basically here in this script, we check or uncheck the bit based on the position. All right. So this is why here we are changing the bits. Okay. So this is a kind of simple templates. Now I'm going to show you some more complex ones and some tips to create new templates. Here we have the templates. I just created a new one, new document. Okay. So now, especially with ChatGPT or another AI tools, I asked it to create a PNG image with a transparent background of a motor. All right. So I get this. If I copy the image and goes here, I can paste it. All right. So in this case, I asked it to create the same image, but in another color. And here in red. So if I select all of them, I can resize all, align the line in the tops, right? So I have all the images here. So, and let's save it as a motor 2. Okay. I just saved all of them to insert all the images in our library. Now I can delete these ones and then create this as a dynamic image. So here I have this as a default. And then I will get red one, red, as one, and the green one, that's two. Okay, so here we can use an expression for it. That could be, let's create here. I have the object tags. Um, let's create an I value interface. Okay, and here we can use that I value as an expression. All right. So as I just save it here. All right. So let's test it here. We have a dashboard object that is, let me show you how it works. We create another graph screen. So this object, dashboard object, it allows you to insert new templates during the runtime. All right. So this is the object that I have in this screen. This screen we also have it's in our demo. So this is the screen's name, a-test. Okay. So here, for example, we can look for the motor that we just create. Let's insert this as a tag like no, let's put a new. All right. So we also can move it here. We can resize it. Okay. Let's get a. So here we are going to open the data washer. Oh, this tag is reading from PLC. Sorry, let's use another one. That's not being used. Yeah, this probably is not being used. Okay. Let's call one. Two position one. As you can see now, based on the value, we can change the image. Okay, it's a simple template. Now we can do some more complex. For example, imagine that we have two Boolean tags. The tag one and a B tag two. In this case, I would like to have like combine these values. All right. So imagine that you have a tag that shows that it's running, in another it's alarmed. Okay. So how we could do this using one expression using two Boolean tags. In C#, we have a ternary operator that works as an if and else. and you can write one inside the other. This is the syntax. Okay. In this case, if number one bigger than number two, then number one, else number two. But here or here, you can also include another ternary expression. So this is what I made it here. Let me show you. Oh, sorry. Here, create a C# expression where the outputs will be 0 to 4 combined two Boolean tags. Is one is alarm. Okay, so yeah, then sorry, and then I ask it to create as a one ternary expression. So I'm combining is on with is alarmed, and then I have this ternary expression. All right, so that's using two tags. So I can get this one, for example, and replace it here as a bit tag one. So that's this. Yeah, that's correct. This one. And I will create as another value to show another image. Could be anyone, just to show it work. Let's save as over 3. Two Boolean tags, 0 and 1. Then we can combine it. You see that we have these 4 values combining two Boolean tags. All right, this is another way to do some dynamic images as template. So another interesting one that we have are some these dashes. For example, I put a color as 1, put a second, the title second, the unit. I'm gonna put that. Let's change the color, the size, all right? Let's do some reverse engineering this one as well. Yes. Okay. As you can see, we have a dynamic image here that based on the pointer shows different colors. The F value is the numeric value that when this value changes, it calculates the angle for the needle. Okay, and a pointer for the title and a pointer for the unit, right? So then we can create like more complex templates that is not only an object, but is an object that uses also a property string, all right? This one, for example, we have this silo, all right? And let's insert one this on the screen. Two. No zero. No zero. Okay. As you can see it here, if I click, it opens another screen. That is the silo properties. Okay. In this case, we have two objects, tags, two pointers. One is a string, and the other is the type is a silo. It shows all of our data types can be used as pointer as well. So here, I'm gonna open the silo. We have these 5 members, all right? And then I use the level to create a dynamic field. This is a label that shows the level plus the unit. And here we have a button that we run a script, or we also could use an action. I'm going to show you in another template as well. But basically here I get the name and open this silo properties using the pointer as well. So template properties, SCR silo properties. In this case, I'm not opening this one. I'm opening the silo properties here. This one. It's the same, but okay. As you can see, we also on the screens we have the screen tags that are pointers as well. In this case, it's called a silo prop. And here I'm using the volume, the level, and showing the distance of the sensors. And this is how we create. We can create a template using also a generic screen. Okay. What is interesting in this case? We have this screen with these 4 silos, all right? If we go here, the silo 2, and we decide that we don't want this color for the fill anymore. We just want a green one. If we save it, the template, when we reopen, all the objects were changed. Okay. Let me show you some other 2 templates. I have these 2 data types, these 2 different power meters, okay, with a bunch of members. And then as a tag, I create a tag called PM 5300 as a Schneider power meter, and this other tag as I-35 as is another data type. So here, as power meter, I create this one, for example. I got this image from the Google Images, and then let me show you. I created a PM tag, and this is the type, Schneider one, all right? And here I put a current, the text plus the tag, all right? Here is the power factor, and this is another, okay? We also can, if you need more, you can Control C and Control V, copy and paste and change it here and select another uh, another member. Let's put this one, just to show you how to modify. And here, specify as, okay, put space here. Okay, let's save it. So here also I created a button, and in this case I'm using an action that is easier than the script, and to open a generic screen for this power meter that is here, power meter Schneider. So I use the pointer and to send to the screen tag, and here I have this another screen, all right? So let's show you. If I use PM, this one. Okay, yes, you can see it here. In this case, here, when I click it here, it opens the properties. Let's change the value. Yeah, this is the active power. As you can see here, I put just one member of this data type on this property, yeah. And here I also create a trend that shows 3 active powers. So,
Leander, when you get a chance, also show them how you did the low code template and how you can configure everything at runtime,
oh, okay, all right.
because we're coming
Sorry.
down to 15 minutes.
Okay, okay, yeah. Just more one or two more minutes just to show how I made these ones. So here I created a property screen and also a train screen. So here we also have pointers, and here we put three of these tags. So this is how we are showing the pens for this object. Okay. So I hope I showed how to do more complex templates. Okay. And also what is interesting here, we also can export a template or a folder of templates and then import in another application, right? So now I'm going to stop this app and open the low code application. So this is the application.
And if you find the low code application interesting for you or your customers, please let us know. We'll provide you a link to use it.
So this is the low code application. This is the viewer, all right? And here we have some templates. What is interesting here is all of this application were developed used our system functions. With our system functions, we can copy and rename files, create tags, address driver uh, addresses to a tag, create alarms, and everything else. This is a huge system functions library. So with this, for example, we can create a new tag, new uh, a tag 01 as an integer, for example. Now I can create a tag, and as I click it to history, I also inserted it in a history file. So tag change, you can see I tag 101 is already inserted here. We have no communication for it, so we also can set a communication for this tag. For example, I have already created four channels for Modbus. I will select that tag, I tag 1. Let's put as
Leandro,
a
not to
word.
interrupt, there was a question. What version of Adir's that runtime changes work in? What
Sorry.
version did we? So there's a quick question that came in, which is the version of Adir Shred that runtime changes work in. When did the runtime configuration come into play in Adir Shred? What version? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I need
Yeah,
to check it.
it's been a long time. I will find that out for you, Tom, and send
Yeah.
it to you. Okay. But it's been a long time. In fact, this low code template that we're showing has been around at least for 3 or 4 years. So, and this does
Yeah.
everything at runtime. Uh, so it's sort of nice because that way, if you're a machine builder or you're a system integrator, you can build these template and just customize that at runtime without ever going in development environment. Same thing for a machine builder. If he has multiple versions of the same, like higher end machines, he can configure different PLCs, different tags, different even graphics at runtime without going in development. Go ahead. Sorry,
Okay.
Leandro.
No problem. Okay. So this, as you can see, I create this tag, all right, and I already put in a driver sheet already. It's here. As you can see it here. Let's set a minimum value 0 and 100 to the maximum. You can see we are reading 98, sorry. As you can see, the timestamp is updating, so it's already reading. If it goes to the development, Modbus channel here. It was not updated here yet, but because I need to reload it. But however, it's already uh, in a in a driver sheet. So the same tag that I created here, this I tag 1, it's history already. So imagine here that now I want to insert an AI that for this tag. One. Let's move it here. As you can see, we already have the showing the tag, the value, minimum and maximum, just inserting this template here. So it's also possible to create uh, more screens. Like let's put a 6.
Leandra, there's two questions that came in, and I think the
Okay.
answer to this one is yes, but let me have you answer it. Can templates be nested? I think you're showing it, right? You're nesting templates, are you not? The question is, can templates be nested?
I didn't
Leandra,
get the answer. How do
can templates be nested? So can I have a template inside of another template inside of another template?
no,
No. Okay.
no, no. We can have I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have an option to insert another template inside the template.
Oh,
Okay.
another template. Okay. And
No,
then the other
no.
question that came in was, is there role-based security around template configurations? Can I
Yes.
assign? Okay.
Yes. We also when we create a template, sorry, when we insert the template on the screen. For example, so we have the security for it, right? And also we have the security for the dashboards as well. And we can block tags from that cannot be used when we are inserting during the runtime. All right, and also we can show these options to insert, delete, and clear, save everything else from templates based on the security. For example, here I inserted this one, okay, and I saved. If I come here and go to guest, I hope this now as guest, you see it's not, we cannot see it anymore. For example, we cannot open this. We just can uh, work as guest. And now if I go to administrator again, now I have the options to edit it, and then here to open the management. So we can create the whole security for it. All right. Uh, as you can see here, the template calls also another screen. All right. In this case, you can see some more other templates. This is represents a power meter, for example, and here I think that there is no alarm now for this one. Another one. Let's just check. Sorry. Nice. The low is 10. It is 19. So let's change the value for. As you can see, it shows the alarm for this tag here. It gets from the whole asset. So all of these are generic screens and generic templates that can be used and replaced. All right. So here, just show you as we have some screens created for the specific drivers. All right. Represents the driver sheets. And we also can change, for example, the resolution, the size of the display, templates displayed here. For example, let's just put this as a set. You can see that now it's smaller. All right. So as I'm using full screen, it shows everything, but it could be changed for another resolution as well. All right. And basically, this is the low code idea. All right. So
And as we mentioned
now, if you have
before,
more questions, yeah.
yeah, as we mentioned before, if people would like to test the low code template, we're more than happy to do so. And I have only a couple of questions and then we can wrap up. First of all, I have one question that said, can I bind tags dynamically at runtime?
Bind to a template.
Mm-hmm.
If it's in using the dashboard, yes. For
Okay.
example, here, edit. I just use the one tag here, but I could use another one. And as you can see, uh, I'm using another tag now for this subject.
And one
Right?
thing is, can I export templates between projects?
Yes. As I showed before, we have here an option to export it. Okay. If it's going to create a file with this extension, and then as you save, you go to another the new application and it goes to import, and then you uh, choose the file.
And one more question came in, then we will wrap up to give you guys the resources. One question came in that says, can templates incorporate the rule-based system?
Not really. The templates are basically a visualization, right? So you can create some rules, and then the output that could be tags, and so then you can associate the tags with the templates. All right. Uh, yeah.
Okay, let me just give you guys some resources and pointers real quick, and then we can wrap up, you know. Um, so let me just quickly go back to my slides here, and I will share them with you, uh, and we can give you some resources. Hold on. Okay, let me share, and then I'll give you some quick resources, and then Uh, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with that designing smart HMI SCADA system usually using reusable templates and runtime configuration is a way of doing applications. Uh, and but you don't have to make the shift alone. We are available to help you at any time as you move from, going into it. We want you to know that we're there for you. If you want deeper engagement with us, please feel free to reach out. We will do private demos and training for you. We are available on chat from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. and we always answer our emails. So please send your questions to either support@adeersra.com, info@adeersra.com, or call us. We're always available for you. Also, I want to point out on our website, we have some real world implementation of examples available. There are example applications like a lot of OEE that people have asked for are available there as well as there's also very specific featured demos available for downloads. There's an example feature section that you can look into and see how the components. If you have any kind of feature that you'd like us to build an example for and put it on the website, please let us know. We also have guides that walk you through stuff, both getting started guide, deep dive, how to do the web, all that's available, as well as we have a video library available to you as well. Last, as we wrap up today, I want to leave you with one more invitation. The conversation we started here doesn't end with the webinar. Every week we publish new insights in our blog covering industry trends, real world applications, practical strategy about HMI SCADA, IIoT, predictive maintenance, OEE, and scalable system design. Many of the ideas we discussed today, including template-driven design, actually started as a blog discussion that turned into a deeper conversation like the one we're having today. And we genuinely enjoy these kind of dialogues. So if there's a topic you're thinking about, a challenge you're facing, or something you'd like us to explore in more detail, tell us. We would love to write a blog about it and then maybe follow up with a webinar. And last but not least, can you save the date for March 26th? That'll be our next webinar. We'll be sending you more information. If there are no more further questions, we do really thank you for your time. And I hope you have a wonderful either day, evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.